Hello, my name is Audrey Dubuy. I am a researcher in physical volcanology at the Magma and Volcanoes Laboratory at the University of Clermont-Auvergne, and I would like to talk to you about how I share the results of my research with my colleagues and with a wider and non-specialized audience. Well, we mainly publish research articles that are usually peer-reviewed and shared with colleagues and the scientific community around the world on academic social media platforms like ResearchGate or open access platforms and other websites of the journals in which we published our articles. To make my research as accessible as possible to my colleagues, I also use international conferences and seminars that are sometimes also national, or invitations to seminars that are more restricted and held in laboratories worldwide. I also use my personal website and the web page I have on the website of the Magma and Volcanoes Laboratory, and social media like ResearchGate or LinkedIn. We also use the academic Twitter or the academic X. Many researchers use this platform generally to promote their papers that have just been published. Well, it's very important to me to share my results with the general public because my research focuses mainly on volcanic results, the dangers associated with volcanic eruptions, or the prediction of these eruptions. And so this research has direct implications for the lives of the population and the preparation for volcanic crisis before and during an eruption. According to my research, evacuation routes, for example, can be drawn directly from the results of the modeling I do. So the population must be aware of what researchers are doing on this subject. So I can do that by using interviews in the press, especially in Martinique, on the radio, for example, on the radio of France Auvergne, and during conferences delivered for the general public that I have also been able to give, especially in Martinique, once again. Another aspect may be to involve people in the research that I do. So far, I have had one experience of this type. We may need the general public during an eruption. In general, the explosive eruptions that I study last a very short time. So it's very useful to collect the photos and testimonies that people all around the volcano can provide us. And also to invite them to take thickness measurements of the ashes, for example, that would have fallen on their terraces or on their cars. They would then send us these samples. We were able to do a first study of this kind during the 2021 eruption of La Soufrière de Saint Vincent in the West Indies, since ashfall took place in Martinique as well. All my research results are published in English in scientific journals, and conferences are also in English, unless, of course, they are national. We can also use English on a daily basis in the research laboratory, since we are not only French or French speakers to work in the lab. But it's also important to adapt what I have to say to non-specialists and to use my local language, French, to communicate with people at the local or national level. So mainly in Martinique, but also here in Auvergne and globally in France, to write outreach articles on how we do our research, what volcanology is, etc. Because sometimes we can have a slightly wrong idea of this field. So really use both languages, English at work and French, to share our knowledge. To conclude, I look forward to sharing my research with all of you.